Hi, long time no see. So this video is per request. Some more advice on how I got through OTA school, little tips and tricks of what helped me get by. So I did mention before, asked a lot of questions, kind of vent to your classmates, your team, your family, so definitely lean on each other for support. That's a huge thing. But as far as things that helped me, and before I mention those, just remember that everyone has a different learning style. So if my advice doesn't help for you or work for you, please don't be offended. Like I said, everyone has a different learning style. So for my program, I was in a hybrid program. That's what my school offered as wow, can't even talk right now. They had traditional and hybrid. So I was in hybrid because I was working through jobs like a crazy person and planning a wedding. And so what the hybrid was all the lectures and everything was online, and it would meet once or twice a week for lab and do all the lab portions there, which is nice for me because I had that flexibility. And I also had a background in rehab somehow, which I'll get to in a minute. So that was helpful for me, so I didn't struggle too much as far as school. So first thing that helped for me was ever since I got out of high school, I had, aside from waitressing through school like anyone does, I did have a few other jobs that would give me some experience in rehab. So first and foremost, I did do the massage therapy program before I went to OTA school. That's actually how I was interested in OTA, OT, the profession in general. I also have one of my best friends and my sister-in-law who I'm also very close with. They're both OTRs, and they both went through COTA school, so they get it. But they both got me interested, just hearing their stories and how much they love the profession. So that's why I ended up getting to OTA after massage therapy school. So massage therapy school, that was a huge help already. That's rehab, So it's a lot of musculoskeletal anatomy, and my professor was a PTA, so her teaching was very medical. So I had that in my brain. So after I finished that program, I started working as a chiropractic assistant. And with that, there was I kind of had my first lesson in goniometry. I was introduced to that. I learned how to use the goniometer. I learned how to use the e-stim and the ultrasound when I was there too, because that's what the assistants would do. They would apply it to all the patients. So I had that background there for a while, which is nice for me and super helpful. And then after that, I started working as a rehab aide for 2 years. It was awesome. I was in an outpatient PT clinic. I didn't work with any OTs, but the PTs were awesome, and that was a huge help for me with kinesiology because I learned everything when I was there. I learned all the range of motion. I learned the different motions of the joints, shoulders, hips, knees. I learned all of that. I learned the specific exercises that focus on those motions, which was awesome. Stretches, everything else. What's the best for arthritic knees, little tips and tricks for that. So when I took kinesiology, everyone hated that class, but I loved it because I had a background in it. So when everyone hated it and had a hard time with it, which I won't lie, when I was in massage therapy school, I had a hard time with that class too. That was probably my hardest class, was kinesio. But once I started working with the PTs as an aide, and as an aide, I was following the flow sheet. So I was doing the exercises with the patients and the stretches and everything, education. Supervised, of course, because that is the law, before anyone says thinking things. But that was a huge help for me. So I had that background with patient care. I had that background with, treating a patient. So that was pretty great. So when everyone was struggling and freaking out, I was their go-to and helping them understand the motions better, the muscle attachments and everything better. I even made a video, it's actually on my page, for the shoulder, the rotator cuff muscles. I did that for my class to help them understand it because everyone was getting confused and had a hard time. So I made that video, and I actually shared it here for everyone to see. So that was that. So that was a huge, huge help. And same thing happened for me. I had a hard time with the PD class. So there was someone in my class that had experience with pediatrics. She worked as a paraprofessional with children with autism for years, so I would go to her for help in my PD class because I had a hard time with it. So it was kind of a win-win. So I help you, you help me. That's how it works. So so that was that. So definitely like picking up different jobs was huge for me. And I also do work as a massage therapist part-time as well. And you know, the two go hand in hand. So when I'm at my massage therapy job, I incorporate my OT skills or my rehab skills that I've learned elsewhere, incorporate that into my treatments. So even education, a lot of education I do. Like if someone comes in like, oh, I hurt my back, but okay, what do you do for work? They tell me, I'm like, okay, well, this is what you can do to make it better. So I'm being a massage therapist, but I'm also incorporating my OT skills. Ha ha. So that's that. Let's see. So a few books. So of course, Refresh is gonna recommend make you buy tons of textbooks, and of course you have to get the books. The books do help me, but I didn't fully depend on the books unless I really needed some kind of reference that I can't find anywhere else. That's when I use the books. The PowerPoints for me were the most helpful because it was all to the point. It was all the keywords, and I could just like scribble like little notes that I would hear from my lectures, which was, you know, like I said, that were online and I can hear them more than once. So I can just write down everything. Examples were good for me, like to writing down examples of the material. And if your program doesn't offer the lectures online or any of the audio, feel free to bring in a tape recorder and just, you know, record the lectures in class, and this way you can hear it over and over again if that helps you. In case you missed something or if you just need a refresher, bring a tape recorder. And I'm sure the professors won't mind. Like, you're there to learn, and you know, you want to learn based on like what is easier for you, what's best for you. So that's a good idea. I know people that have used the tape recorders and it helped them. What else? So a couple books that were actually required for my program, but they were helpful for me the most. One of them was the quick reference to OT book. This is everything. It has treatment ideas. It has, you know, like your keywords, like let's say it was orthopedics. So if you have like a shoulder surgery, like there'll be like contraindications, precautions, treatment ideas, everything's in here. Sensory motor, everything's in here. This is like your go-to. So I love this book. This was good for me. It helped me with assignments, even with field work, just to get some ideas and just kind of refresh my memory on certain stuff. That was helpful. Also, the quick reference dictionary to OT. This is more terms and abbreviations, but it's still good to have in case you forget what something is, you know, or just need a refresher. There's your dictionary, specifically for OT. Also, I call this the Bible. So your professors will probably give you this, but it's the OTPF, the OT Practice Framework. I had these in like page protectors, and I put in a binder because you will use this a lot during OTA school, and they would drill this into your brain, and certain assignments are going to require you to, you know, get anything that comes out of here. For example, occupations, areas of occupation. They're going to ask you, oh, what areas of occupation are you working on? What else? Client factors. They will ask you what client factors are go along with what your assignment is. So yeah, this is your go-to. Keep this. This is forever your friend. So trust me, you need that. What else? So YouTube was a huge help. So again, I did make that video back in the day, and it's still there. My rotator cuff muscles. Also, just YouTube videos in general. Like they have like little like funny videos that help you remember. Like what else? Like the Rancho. They make like there's certain like fun videos that help me remember like each of them. Also, Nya Caudell, she's a YouTuber. She's been a coder for over a year, and she makes the best videos. I watched her videos to help me study for NEPCOT because each of her videos is a certain category. So, and she kind of just breaks it down to help you understand it better, along with like her little advice, like little like blibbits that she kind of made up to help you remember certain things. That was a huge help for me. So that was a huge help to help me pass NEPCOT, and it will definitely help to get you through school in NEPCOT. Just watch her videos, and I'll write her name in the description below. It's Nya Caudell. Awesome, awesome, awesome. She also has an Instagram page that she shares a lot of treatment ideas with. It's called Ask Me OT on Instagram. Literally just Ask Me OT. So I watch that a lot. Huge, huge help. Pretty much it as far as what helped me personally, my advice. Yeah, any questions, feel free to ask, like, share, subscribe, and yeah, good luck. You'll make it. If I can do it, you can do it. It'll be okay. Just don't freak out. Try your best and, do what's best for you. Whether it's visual, auditory, learning skills, you do what helps you the most. So this is what helped me. Hopefully it helps you. And good luck.